How does a public prosecutor, someone who puts people in prison, just disappear? Not on a vacation, not after a fight, but in the middle of a normal Friday, weeks away from retirement. Ray Gricar was the district attorney of Center County, Pennsylvania. For 2 decades, he built a reputation for working independently, often resisting political pressure. In the weeks before he vanished, he told colleagues he was worried about something he was investigating, but he wouldn't say what. On April 15, 2005, he told his girlfriend he was going for a drive to clear his head. He took his red Mini Cooper and drove about 45 minutes away to the town of Lewisburg. He made a quick call from a payphone, said he was just driving around, and that was the last time anyone ever heard from him. When he didn't come home, he was reported missing. 2 days later, his car was found parked near a bridge over the Susquehanna River. The car was locked. The keys were inside. There were no signs of a struggle. But one thing was immediately, alarmingly wrong. His county-issued laptop was in the car, but the hard drive had been physically removed. This wasn't an accident. Someone needed tools and time to do that. It was intentional. Police searched the river and the surrounding woods. They brought in boats, divers, and dogs. They found nothing. No body, no clothes, no personal items. It was as if Ray Gricar had parked his car and simply evaporated. Then, 4 years later, a breakthrough. A fisherman found a damaged hard drive in the river. Forensic analysis confirmed it was Gricar's, but it had been deliberately destroyed, wiped clean, then physically mangled to make sure nothing could ever be recovered. This discovery just made the mystery deeper. If he intended to take his own life, why go to such extreme lengths to destroy the hard drive first? And if someone else was involved, why take only the hard drive and leave everything else looking so neat and tidy? After years without answers, the official investigation came to a conclusion. They ruled his death a probable suicide. The theory was that Gricar, possibly struggling with depression, parked his car, destroyed the hard drive to protect personal information, and then jumped from the bridge into the river. This explained the locked car and the missing body, as rivers don't always give up their dead. In 2011, Ray Gricar was legally declared dead, and the case was administratively closed. But for many, this explanation felt incomplete. It left too many nagging questions unanswered. First, and most obviously, there was no body. The Susquehanna River was searched extensively, over and over. While it's possible for a body to be lost, the complete absence of any trace, no clothing, no wallet, nothing, is unusual. Second, the destruction of the hard drive was extreme. Simply erasing files would have been easier. Physically removing the drive, taking it to the river, and destroying it suggests the information on it was so critical that it had to be permanently obliterated, beyond any hope of recovery. Was this about hiding personal secrets, or professional ones tied to his investigations? Third, there's the timing. Gricar disappeared shortly after telling people he was worried about corruption he was looking into. This context makes a sudden, unannounced departure seem less like a personal crisis and more like something connected to his work. Finally, his behavior on that last day was calm. He made a routine phone call. He locked his car. Nothing in his final confirmed actions suggested panic or a person in deep distress. These gaps in the official story have kept other theories alive. The first is the official one, suicide. It's the simplest explanation. There's no evidence of foul play at the scene, and some reports suggested he had dealt with depression. But it doesn't quite fit with the methodical destruction of evidence or the total lack of a note or body. The second theory is an accident. Maybe he went for a walk by the river, slipped, and fell in. This would explain the lack of a struggle, but it leaves the destroyed hard drive as a bizarre coincidence, something he just happened to do right before an unrelated, fatal accident. The third theory is foul play. As a prosecutor who handled sensitive cases, Gricar might have made powerful enemies. This theory suggests his disappearance was an abduction or murder, staged to look like a suicide. The destroyed hard drive would have contained the evidence that got him targeted. The scene was clean because it was planned by professionals. But without any suspects, threats, or direct evidence, this remains pure speculation. And the final theory, perhaps the most unsettling, is that Ray Gricar chose to disappear, that he meticulously planned to walk away from his life. He destroyed the hard drive to erase his past, left his car by the river to suggest a suicide, and simply started a new life somewhere else. But this is also hard to believe. He left behind family and his entire life without taking any money or supplies. And in all the years since, There has never been a single credible sighting. So we are left with a story without an ending. A district attorney vanishes. Key evidence is professionally destroyed. And the official explanation, while neat, fails to satisfy the facts on the ground. This case isn't just a mystery. It's a reminder that sometimes the truth can disappear just as completely as a person. If you appreciate cases that stick to the facts and let the questions speak for themselves, subscribe to our channel. Let me know in the comments, what part of this timeline is the hardest for you to explain? Thanks for watching.